Astronauts train for years for that one flight, and it all happens here at the Johnson Space Center.
Nicole Stott is one of the few people around the world who has made her childhood dream of becoming an astronaut come to life. While most children's astronaut dreams stem from the movies and cartoons, Stott's grew from watching her father.
I grew up with a dad who liked to fly, and he shared that passion with his family, and we spent a lot of time hanging out at the airport. He built airplanes in our garage, and that was just surrounded us.
Nicole followed her shared love for flying in college, earning a Bachelor's of Science in Aeronautical Engineering from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, and later a Master's of Science in Engineering Management from the University of Central Florida. Upon graduation, Nicole began to work for NASA at the Kennedy Space Center as an operations engineer. Though Stott always dreamed of flying, when an opening for an astronaut position became available, she was apprehensive to apply.
I think it was just the evolution of wanting to fly, and then having encouragement from people that I worked for at Kennedy Space Center to say, hey, just, nothing's going to happen if you don't fill out the application. So.
And thankfully she did. After years of international training, Nicole completed her first space experience in 2009 as a flight engineer on International Space Station Expedition 20 and 21. Scott vividly recalls her first time in the shuttle, counting down the seconds before her 8-minute journey into space began.
At 0, though, when those solid rocket boosters light, I literally wonder, it was like this combination of, holy moly, was I ever on a launch pad? And it was like getting slammed in the back and pushed in the front all at once, and the big smile coming in, the woohoo, and all that. And there's not a whole lot you can do in that first minute and a half anyway, so it's like you are there for, literally, you're there for the ride.
She was launched to the International Space Station on Space Shuttle Discovery as crew member of STS-128, where she completed her first spacewalk, lasting over 6 hours. She later completed her second spaceflight as mission specialist on STS-133, which was the final flight of Space Shuttle Discovery.
People ask, well, did you see aliens and that kind of stuff? And it's like, no, but I saw some very surprising things to me, things that didn't necessarily make sense. Watching your crewmate do a spacewalk, and they're crawling along the bottom of this truss that, and the Earth's below, and they should just be falling, but they're not. Those kinds of things that are very awesome to me, and, kind of stand out as, wow, there's a lot we just don't know, and that's okay.
But Scott could not have successfully completed her missions alone. Glenda Brown, one of NASA's spacewalk trainers and mission control officers, is just one of the several people that has made numerous missions in space a success. Though she does not physically participate in the spacewalks, she has taken away lifelong lessons through helping astronauts complete risky missions.
I first became involved and interested in what the Spiritans are doing through Father Nesty. He runs the Center for Faith and Culture at University of St. Thomas, and I first took one of his classes at St. Mary's Seminary. It was called Faith in the Dominant American Culture. I was interested in that because at my job here at NASA, we're very much involved in all of the American culture and everything that led up to everything that we're doing today. And I wanted to learn more about that. And Father Nesty's classes are very good about teaching us where we came from and where we're going and how we reach out to one another. And one of his major themes is how to respect the dignity of the human person. And I think that's a lot what the Spiritans are all about. And really, it's what we're about here at NASA, too. We really want to reach out to others.
From the training to actually seeing the glowing Earth in space, Scott summarizes her experience in space as a blessing and a breathtaking moment.
Everything that I experienced or looked at or saw was really special.
Reporting from the Johnson Space Center, I'm Julia Belechak, Duke TV News 14.